Hey guys, it's Maymay and it's time for another scripture art journal. Now I have skipped a week on my YouTube channel because I have a plan for the John 3:16 verse and I didn't get to do it last week because we weren't able to be at church with my GA girls. So next Wednesday night we'll be doing that one together and I'll put it up on Thursday for you. So I'm going to have to backtrack on last week's video, but I'm going to keep going, okay? So this week's scripture is 1 John 4:7, and it is, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is from God, and everyone that loves is born of God and knows Him." Now, here's the thing. I was looking online because I wanted some inspiration, and this popped up where it's like the, what's that called? It's almost like an acronym, I guess, but it's really not because we're kind of working the middles of the letters. So what this is the word love is down the center, and then the scripture is written off of those letters. And I wanted to try to do that. So here's what I have done. I took a piece of paper, and I liked this one. It's kind of light colored, and it's kind of got a little gingham in it in the back. And I'm going to use this and this font stamp set. This font set is really a monogram set. But I thought this might be pretty to kind of run down the middle, and I think they're big enough to make this happen. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off love, if I can. There's L. This set is from Ink-A-Dink-A-Doo, and it is not, they're not photopolymer, and I'll show you how I know this. The way you know is by the feel of the stamp. Do you see how this one stretches real like a rubber band? That means it's more likely acrylic than it is photopolymer. So we may get a little bit of splotchiness, but I'm going to use this VersaFine ink and that'll probably do away with most of that. Now the cool thing is I'm using this gingham paper to give me some lines that will help me to stamp these where I need them. So the biggest thing for me is to come not definitely center, kind of center, but off to one side is what I'm going to do. But I'm going to use this line to kind of help me achieve that, the line in the paper. If you needed to, you could just do like a little a pencil mark. That would be just fine. So I'm going to put the L in this area. Now when you're using stamps that are not photopolymer, you want to be really careful about the press. You want to press firmly but not too firm because these give a little bit and you will get kind of blurry or your image will be a little chubbier than it was probably meant to be, if that makes sense, because you can kind of press it down. So now I'm going to center that one. Oh, I better come down a little bit. I'm glad I thought about that. Just to give me some room to write. That one didn't stamp real well, but I'm not hating that. It's just a little bit of like blurriness. I'm not hating it. Here I am typing love, and here I am stamping love, and I was like, I'm not hating it. No, I don't hate it. All right, and then I'm going to come down a little bit and do the V. Again, the ink is kind of pulling up, but no biggie. And then the E. I just thought this would be kind of fun to try to do. And it would kind of really fit well in our journals, or at least in mine. All right, now for the handwriting part. And a lot of people don't like the handwriting part, but you don't have to handwrite. Don't feel like you have to just because I do. You can always just use more stamps and use your stamps to make the fonts around it, you know, to do the wording around it. I had to get my marker. It was across the room. So here we go. This is a Spectrum Noir marker, and I'm using the black one. Got a little fuzz on the end of it. And I'm going to use that image to help me make sure I get my wording correct. So I've just got it here off to the side. And the first part is beloved. So this is going to be B and E on the one side, the L, and then O-V-E-D. Beloved. And then it's let us love. So I'm going to go ahead and put love in so I know I have room for everything. So it's L-O-V-E. One another. And then let me do let us over here. I'll write the word us and then let. Kind of working my way out from it. And the next part is for love is from God. So now let's do L-O-V-E is from God. So I got to do 4. And everyone. Now I don't think I can fit and everyone. because they have everyone at the end of this, but I may mix this up because I have extra room here. So I think I'm going to do and make everyone come off of this. So I'm going to mix it up a bit. I'm going to do and everyone that loves is born of God. What do I want to do? Finish it off here? I think so. Is born of God. And then I think there's a comma. Maybe not. And knows him. And this is 1 John 4:7. Now I'm going to do something that's different for me. I've not done this before. We're just going to see what happens. I'm going to ink the edges of this in black ink, but I'm going to find my tuxedo black. No, you know what? This Stays On is really, really dried out. So I'm going to do it with my Stays On. And I'm going to be kind of careful, but I want it to be a dark black edge. So using my little scrap notebook, you know, the little scrap dude. It's just a little spiral bound notebook that I get for like 15 cents at Walmart, and I use it for my scrap paper, and then whenever it's full I can just throw it away. But I kind of wanted to darken up the edge of this because of the black on the blue. I thought this might be pretty to kind of really make this edge dark. And then lastly, I'm going to take the picture, without dropping this on it hopefully, and the Stays On, and run it right around the edge of that paper to really darken the edge up. You can do this with a marker. I just think it'll make it look really good to have a really dark edge. And that is it for this week's scripture. I just love that. I love being able to use my stamps like I was able to. And I love that this verse is all about love, because that's exactly what we need to do. We need to love God and love each other. So there you go, guys. That is week, I don't remember the week number. I apologize. I want to say it's 47, but if I'm wrong, I'll correct it in the title. If you've never joined us before for Scripture Art Journaling, head over to my Facebook group, which is Hide His Word in My Heart, where we are continuing out through the end of the year for 52 weeks of Scripture. And we will pick up in 2016, but we're going to be doing something a little bit different. And so in December, I'll be announcing what that will be. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.